The year was 1754. A young George Washington found himself leading a small force of Virginians deep into the Ohio Valley. His mission? To assert British claims to this contested region and expel the encroaching French. This seemingly minor frontier skirmish would ignite a global conflict known as the 7 Years' War, a struggle for power that would reshape the political map of the world. The North American theater of this war, known as the French and Indian War, would prove pivotal in determining the fate of empires and the destiny of a continent. At the heart of this conflict lay the fertile lands of the Ohio Valley. Both Britain and France recognized its strategic and economic value. The French, seeking to expand their vast fur trading empire, had constructed a series of forts to control the region's waterways and resources. The British, driven by a desire for westward expansion and fueled by the ambitions of land speculators, viewed French presence as a threat to their colonial ambitions. The stage was set for a clash of empires, a struggle for control of the very heart of North America. Crucial to the outcome of this conflict were the alliances forged between Europeans and Native Americans. The French, with their long history of fur trading and diplomacy, had cultivated strong relationships with tribes such as the Algonquin, Lenape, and Shawnee. The British, on the other hand, found allies in the powerful Iroquois Confederacy. These alliances were not merely agreements of convenience, they reflected complex political and economic realities as Native American nations sought to navigate the treacherous waters of European colonialism and preserve their own autonomy. The early years of the war saw a series of French victories. Washington's defeat at Fort Necessity in 1754 marked an inauspicious start for the British. The following year, General Edward Braddock's disastrous expedition against Fort Duquesne ended in a humiliating defeat, with Braddock himself mortally wounded. French forces, adept at wilderness warfare and bolstered by Native American allies, seemed to hold the upper hand. Their string of forts, strategically placed throughout the Ohio Valley, stood as formidable obstacles to British ambitions. Section 5. The tide turns British fortunes rise. The year 1757 marked a turning point in the war. William Pitt the Elder, a dynamic and ambitious statesman, assumed control of the British war effort. Pitt recognized the need for a more aggressive strategy, one that would focus on seizing key French strongholds. Under Pitt's leadership, British fortunes began to improve. Fort William Henry fell in 1757, followed by the capture of Louisbourg the next year. British naval superiority, a decisive factor throughout the war, began to tell. French supply lines were disrupted and reinforcements became increasingly scarce. Section 6. A continent divided, the Treaty of Paris. The culmination of the British campaign came in 1759 with the capture of Quebec, the heart of French Canada. The following year, Montreal fell, effectively ending French rule in North America. The Treaty of Paris, signed in 1763, formally recognized British victory and redrew the map of the continent. France ceded all of its North American territories east of the Mississippi River to Britain, while Spain, a late entrant to the war on the side of France, ceded Florida to the victors. The British Empire had achieved a stunning victory, but it came at a cost. Section 7. Seeds of discontent, the price of victory. The war had left Britain deeply in debt. The cost of maintaining a large army in North America and the need to defend its expanded territories created a financial crisis for the British government. To address this crisis, Parliament, under the leadership of King George III, began to impose a series of taxes on its American colonies. These taxes, such as the Stamp Act of 1765, were deeply unpopular in America. Colonists, accustomed to a large degree of self-government, resented what they perceived as unjust taxation without representation. Section 8. A legacy of revolution. The French and Indian War had profound consequences for the American colonies. It had fostered a sense of unity among colonists who had fought and bled alongside one another. It had also exposed the arrogance and heavy-handedness of British rule. The war had, in essence, sown the seeds of revolution. When the British government, deaf to colonial grievances, continued to pursue policies that many colonists viewed as oppressive, the stage was set for a final decisive break. Section 9. Conclusion. The enduring significance. The French and Indian War, a conflict born of territorial disputes and colonial ambitions, had far-reaching consequences. It reshaped the political landscape of North America, establishing British dominance but also planting the seeds of future conflict. It highlighted the complex interplay between European powers and Native American nations as both sides sought to advance their own interests. Most importantly, it set in motion a chain of events that would culminate in the American Revolution, a testament to the enduring power of ideas like liberty and self-government. The echoes of this 18th century conflict can still be felt today, a reminder of the enduring legacies of empire, revolution, and the struggle for freedom.